time has come for everyone to clean up their own backyard.
For 3 torturous days, the Republican Party, the Trump Republican Party, the QAnon Republican Party, whatever you want to call them, has grilled Ketanji Brown Jackson over a possibility that she may be the first female Afro-American to sit as a Supreme Court justice. We knew it was going to happen, but I didn't realize it was going to be this bad. Maybe this is some kind of bitch's revenge for what the Democrats did to Brett Kavanaugh and Amy Coney Barrett. But still, come on, enough is enough. They've gone through cases of child porn that she ruled on. They've gone through cases of defending terrorists at Gizmo, all that crap. And all they've done is show themselves to be stupid and racist and sexist. Now, what I'm about to read to you here is an article from the USA Today by KURT BARDELLA. Republicans tripped over themselves to take shots at Ketanji Brown Jackson. She knew what to do. And I'll give you my final thoughts after reading this. It started with a GIF. The Republican National Committee posted an image on social media Tuesday of Supreme Court nominee Ketanji Brown Jackson with her initials KBJ crossed out and replaced with a CRT, as in critical race theory. In the late morning, Senator Lindsey Graham, Republican of South Carolina, who has twice voted to confirm Jackson for other federal judicial posts, inexplicably asked,
"What faith are you, by the way?"
It's worth noting that such a question would be illegal for an employer to ask a candidate during a job interview. Graham went as far to ask,
So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how faithful would you say you are?
I bet this out-of-line questioning wouldn't have happened if Graham weren't a member of a political party that shamelessly panders to predominantly white evangelical base. And let's not even try to reconcile how Graham can cling to faith with one hand, while on the other expressing his desire to see people in Guantanamo Bay Detention Center all die. His words, all die. Not to be outdone, Harvard's very own Senator Ted Cruz, Republican of Texas, would seize the racist mantle next, launching into a tirade about critical race theory, the 1619 Project, and books available to elementary school students at a private school in Washington, D.C. Jackson could not have been more clear, and I quote, "It is not something that I've studied. It doesn't come up in my work," unquote. And yet something tells me that had Jackson not been a woman of color, the topic would not have come up at all in this proceeding. Then the January 6th merchant, Senator Josh Hawley from Missouri, who continued his QAnon-inspired crusade to further debunk the notion that Jackson is soft on despots who traffic in child pornography. What is it about Jackson that makes Republicans like Hawley think they can label her as soft on crime? It couldn't be the possibility because she's a black woman, could? Never mind the fact that she comes from a law enforcement family and has the support of the International Associations of Chiefs of Police. While Graham, Cruz, and Hawley were jockeying to win the prize for racist, sexist questioner of the day, Senator Tom Cotton was waiting in the wings. The senator from Arkansas would proceed to ask Jackson a series of condescending questions about crime statistics in America and where she thought we need more police. Of course, the Supreme Court Justice, they have absolutely nothing to do with policing, levels, or catching criminals. Cotton frequently used the phrase, It's a simple question. Was also a rhetorical device employed to demean Jackson and create the impression that he was somehow superior to her. I wonder what Jackson could give Cotton, a white man, the idea that he could be so casually belittle Jackson, a black woman. Interestingly, for all their concern about crime in America, I don't remember any of these Republicans, feeling that kind of intensity towards domestic terrorists who wanted to hang the Vice President of the United States, then Mike Pence, on January 6, 2021. Don't take my word for it. Look at this. For all the talks of sexual predators, I don't recall any of these senators expressing any concern about Representative Matt Gaetz of Florida serving on the House Judicial Committee despite being accused of sex trafficking. For all the grandstanding about rising crime and the need for more police on the streets, it was Republicans in Congress who voted to defund the police. Really? You're angry about defunding the police? Yet, hold it, let me rephrase that. You're angry about BLM screaming to defund the police? Yet, Congress defunded the police. Republican senators are hypocrites. This is hardly a shock, but what lies beneath the hypocrisy that is so insidious, a toxic blend of racism and sexism. If Jackson demonstrated the same kind of quote-unquote temperament that Lindsey Graham displayed, Republicans would be plowing her for being unhinged and emotionally compromised. If she became indigent every time Tom Cotton used the word simple, Republicans would be using words like nasty to describe her. Donald Trump come to mind? If she were a white man, Ted Cruz would not be reading elementary school books about critical race theory and asking her to address curriculum in private schools. But this is the Republican Party. The playbook used during these confirmation hearings is the same playbook that the GOP intends to use heading into 2022 midterms, the 2024 presidential election, and beyond. Anyone still clinging to the fiction that the cancer that has overrun the Republican Party would be contained to Donald Trump is flat out delusional. In the cases of Graham, Cruz, Hawley, and Cotton, that cancer has mutated into something different, something darker, and something dangerous. For Democrats, the Republican performance is a warning sign for what lies ahead. But in the case of KBJ Brown Jackson, we also have a playbook for how to beat them. Her deconstruction of every single one of their lies was an instant instruction manual for the rest of us. Be forceful but calm. Be factual. Be concise. Be restrained but precise. They'll double down on their ugliness and anger and outrage. But at the end of the day, these Republicans will just be a footnote as Judge Jackson makes history and leaves them in it. As I said earlier, well, first things first, thanks to KURT BARDELLA for this article. We knew they were going to do this. The fact is, I didn't think it was going to be this pathetic. I didn't think it was going to be this stupid. Lindsey Graham storms out of the Senate hearing room twice during this vetting process. Ted Cruz points out cases of child porn that are completely out of context. You got the Klansman wannabe, Josh Holloway, talking about child porn like he knows a lot about, he knows his child porn. That in itself should scare you. You got Tom Cotton acting like some slave owner, talking down to a female slave like this was Django Unchained. We knew this was going to happen. We knew that the Republican Party, as they always do, shows itself. And honestly, I'm not expecting Judge Jackson to be confirmed. I believe she will be. I pray that she is. But at the end of this article, it said that she's making history, while there will be footnotes. I'm going to remind them on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube, every chance I get, the kind of racists that these people are. Now, I'm not saying you have to love this woman. I'm not saying you have to convert to being Democrats. I'm saying at least show some kind of respect and some kind of decorum. What I saw in there in the days in the hearing while Republicans were tripping over themselves, trying to show how racist they can be, how stupid they can be, you showed the country you cannot be trusted with this country's government. And I think it's very sad that I have to say that about fellow Americans. But there it is. And when this is over, and if regardless if Ketanji Brown Jackson is confirmed or not, I'm calling for your resignations. Now, we can do this the easy way. Sean, Ted led Cruz, Tom, pick my cotton. Lindsey, where the hell am I, Graham? Josh, fist in the air, hallway. You can either do this the easy way and resign and walk away with some kind of dignity, which you don't have, or we can vote your asses out and you'll pay the price. It's up to you. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.